No, the Pakatan Harapan government's main objection to the original ECRL project was premised on the way and the speed at which the original contract was negotiated and signed. Normally, there are certain procedures to be followed whenever we make any agreement. Obviously, we need to do due diligence, etc. But apparently, this was not done. Even as they were discussing the project, the contract was given out. It was unjustified, hefty lump sum price, which lacked clarity in terms of technical specification, price, and by extension, economic justification. As the original contract was agreed on a government-to-government basis, the Pakatan Harapan, in negotiating an improved deal for ECRL, had to work within the constraints of the existing agreement. Obviously, we cannot just do anything we like, but we have to get also the consent of the Chinese government and the contractor. The government was faced with the choice to either renegotiate or pay termination costs of about 21.78 billion with nothing to show for it. As such, we chose to go back to the negotiating table and call for a more equitable deal whereby the needs of the Malaysian people would be prioritized. After long and protracted negotiation between the governments of Malaysia and China, both parties reached a mutually beneficial agreement, the improved ECRL deal. It is our belief that ECRL will serve as a stimulus to economic growth and development, especially in the East Coast. This improved project will provide freight and passenger transportation, attract investment along the railway corridor, as well as generate significant employment opportunities. An announcement on the 12th of April 2019, Malaysia Rail Link Sdn Bhd and the China Communication Construction Company Limited signed a supplementary agreement which paved the way for the resumption of the ECRL project. In addition, both parties agreed to form a joint venture company to manage, operate, and maintain the ECRL rail network. So now we are also involved with the construction. We also made a supplementary agreement to the EPCC contract. This improved deal covers phase 1 and phase 2 of the engineering, procurement, construction, and commissioning of the contract at a reduced cost of 44 billion Malaysian ringgit. This is a significant reduction of 21.5 billion ringgit or 32.8% from its original cost of 65.5 billion ringgit. The improved ECRL will cost RM. The improved ECRL will cost 68.7 million per kilometer. This is million per kilometer, and not 95.5 million per kilometer under the original agreement. Now, the key technical aspect of ECRL, number one, it will be standard gauge and double tracking of the ECRL as maintained. is maintained. 640 kilometers inclusive of spur lines. Thirdly, the ECRL will run through 20 stations and will now pass through 5 states and Putrajaya from the previous 4 states, allowing more states to partake in the economic benefits of the improved deal. The new southern alignment will also, this is the first item, the new southern alignment will also provide a direct land link from Kuantan Port to Port Klang, serving as a land bridge between the two ports, as well as improving passenger connectivity to other parts of the peninsula's west coast and providing a direct link to KLIA. Fifth, passengers on existing KTM commuter and ETS service from the southern part of the peninsula will interchange with the ECRL at the planned ECRL Bangi Kajang station. 6. Importantly, the new alignment also prioritizes cultural heritage and environmental factors by avoiding the Klang Gates Quartz Ridge in Gombak, Selangor, the longest pure quartz dike in the world. And the 7th, the ECRL's new completion date is 31 December 2026, extended from the original date of 30th June 2024. Operation and maintenance. CCCC has agreed to participate in the operation and maintenance of ECRL through a 50-50 joint venture company between MRL and the CCCC. CCCC will provide technical support and share the operational risks after the project's completion. This arrangement will ease the financial burden on Malaysia, which previously was to bear the entire cost of the operation and maintenance. Now, the local participation. In looking towards improving our local infrastructure sector, the percentage of local participation has now been increased to 40% of civil works from the previous 30% in the original deal. Now, there will be partial refund of advance payment paid to CCCC. CCCC has agreed to refund part of the 3.1 billion advance payment paid for Phase 2, double-tracking, Phase 2, double-tracking and the northern extension under the original contract. Reduced financial commitments due to overall loan facility. With the improved ECRL at 44 billion, the loan amount from China Exim Bank will be reduced substantially. The reduced amount is still being negotiated with China Exim Bank, and we foresee that this will result in lessening the financial burden of the government in terms of the principal repayment amount or the total interest cost and also other fees. The improved ECRL is in line with Pakatan Harapan's government's manifesto to review and revisit all mega projects signed by the previous administration and its aim to improve economic distribution between the east and the west coast of the Peninsular Malaysia. The conclusion of the negotiations, which began in July 2018, has resulted in substantial savings for the country, which was the ultimate aim of the administration when it initiated the negotiation process with China. We hope that the state governments of Kelantan, Terengganu, and Pahang will also seize the opportunity provided by the ECRL rail network and leverage on the development and growth that will result from the construction of the ECRL. We are grateful to the Chinese government for recognizing the Malaysian government's financial position and predicament and agreeing to come to the negotiating table. The government of Malaysia would also like to thank the Malaysian negotiating team led by Ahmad Brigadier Tun Daim Zainuddin and the various working groups for their tireless efforts on the improved deal, thus enabling the ECRL to pursue at a far lower cost for the ultimate benefit of Malaysians. Thank you. You will get full details in the statement which we will issue.
Okay. For yang baru ni bila akan start balik ya Tun? Construction dia?
As soon as we sign the agreement.
Yeah, Tun, Isan from GG Press. May I know the true cost of ECRL, if including the interest rate, and how Malaysia going to manage the debt trap?
Well, the cost has been reduced to 44 billion, and obviously the interest rate on a smaller amount. So it is a considerable save for us, which means that our interest payment would be far less than the original cost of 66 billion.
Tun, can you tell us whether this agreement here?
So,
can you tell us whether this agreement comes in exchange for something from China, like palm oil exports or increased trade, or even something related to the 1MDB investigation?
well, not directly related, but we are taking advantage of the signing of the agreement to work out purchase of palm oil from China. That will happen.
Sorry, follow up. Just how much?